But starting a small business is never easy. In fact, most don't make past the first few years. The odds are stacked against you. Rising costs, endless competition, and paperwork that could bury a blooming elephant. Yet somehow, for 80 years, Willday Printers has kept on going. 4 generations of Willday family have carried the torch, each passing it down from father to son, making sure the legacy and the madness lives on. From the shed days of the letterpress to the litho to the digital age, it's been a journey powered by graft, vision, and a fair for you argy-bargies. Oi oi! But this story isn't just about machines or innovations, it's about people, because the heart of Willdays is the blooming team, the ones who cut the paper, fix the presses with duct tape and miracles, meeting deadlines that should be impossible, and somehow keep the whole thing moving. They are the unsung heroes of every small business, and here they are family, whether they share the Willday name or not.
Hello, I'm Marie Willday. I've been working here for 38 years and still rocking. I've helped this place together, especially my voice, which I'm sure you can all understand. Come on.
Hi, I'm Tony. I'm the floor manager, production manager, team manager, sweeping up manager, cleaner manager, anything that needs managing, I'll manage it.
Hi, I'm Gary. I'm 64 nearly, and I've been here for 18 years. I'm a jack of all trades, so I can work all the machines, just about. I taught all these young whippersnappers, including Tom, how to print. That's about it, really.
Hi, my name's Jackie and I make the crackers and it's Density Crackers.
Okay, my name is Andrea. I've been here a month. I enjoy the company, making boxes, small, large, extra large boxes. I like all the boxes. Yes. No, it's fun.
Hey, I'm Tash. I work for Seaprint. Absolutely love my job. It's really fun. There's so much going on. I love it. Why would you want it any other way?
Hola, me llamo Richard Enriquez. I'm from Spain. I come here on a work exchange program. I do stay, I didn't come back. No, I open up. I make sure everybody has a hot beverage in the morning who wants one. I wash them up at the end of the day. A bit of something in between to the team and whatever I can get away with.
Craig, I've been here 5 years, print up, all the quality stuff. None of the shit Nick goes upstairs. Tom got me to say that. Slash demolition man. For the second or third week here, I'll sledgehammers out, knocking walls down.
Just go, yeah. Hi, my name's Steve. I've worked here about 2 years. My job role is basically everything. Normally, all at the same time. These lot, don't listen to these lot. They turn up, put their feet up, have a cup of tea, have a cup of coffee, leave it all to Steve. I also clean up a lot after them, chasing them around. They're like little kids. So, you know, that's my job. That's what I do.
Hi, I'm Nick. I've been here 11 years. I'm the digital manager. I basically run upstairs and everything else. Tom thinks he's the boss. I would say I spend most of my time fixing machines, not doing work. When I very first started, didn't know anything about printing. Now, I think I know everything about printing.
Okay, I'm Livy, been here for about a year now. I do finishing up jobs. I have taken over Seaprint and I am now going to be helping Nick with his jobs, being his little apprentice. I am the future of Willday.
Hi, I'm Peter. I'm head of blooming retail. I think what my title is. Head of blooming retail. Blooming being the optional word there. I've worked here for 3 months and it's really time to leave already. I'll be around for a little while. It's a lovely little company. That's what we get.
I'm Grace and I work at Willday. Basically run absolutely everything.
We are.
That's weird. Is that it? I've been at Willday for 3 years now, and in that 3 years, I've never been a printer that works. I've never seen Tom do any work. Absolutely love it, except from being the most bonkers place on earth.
Am I looking at the camera or at you? My name's Gemma. I've not been working here for very long at all. I'm the account manager for Willday. I know Tom from way back at Real College.
I kind of knew that he would be a little bit different, but I've got to be honest, when I started working here, it was a bit like where the little boy suddenly becomes a man and then has all these mental ideas about how he's going to run the business and all the products he's going to come up with. It was always mental. It's so much fun to work here. It's just never a boring day. It's somewhere I love to be.
And of course, they're the clients. Loyal clients who didn't just trust us with their print jobs, but who became true friends over the years. Without their faith, their patience, and sometimes their forgiveness, the business wouldn't be still here standing. Because this story is all about more than print. It's about ink, spilled, smudged, and sometimes sworn at. It's about innovation, ideas born in sheds, in pubs, and in late night arguments. And it's all about insanity. You have to be crazy bonkers to run a family printing business for 80 years. Tonight is about celebrating that achievement. 8 decades of graft, grit, and growth. Because while Willday Printers honours the past and keeps hustling the future, Wilso and C Print are busy creating the future, ready to grow, to innovate, and quite frankly, take over the world. And this, everyone, is the Willday story. The year was 1945. The war was over. The country was rebuilding, and in the back of my Aunt Maud's garden, or should I say my great Aunt Maud's garden, in Leicester Forest East, a shed became the birthplace of a business. This wasn't a glamorous headquarters. No neon signs, no HR departments, just a rickety old shed. 2 stubborn men and a hand-rolled letterpress machine that looked like it belonged to a museum, even back then. And Alfred, he didn't exactly dive in with his own name straight away. Oh no. First, he was around helping to set up 3 other printers in Leicester. Wilf Print became one of them, and after that bit of practice, he thought, why not? I'll call it Alfred Willday & Son. Sounds fancy, doesn't it? Alfred and Ray were grafters. By day, they'd pedal around Leicester with newspapers perched in front of their bikes like a butcher's bike, and by night, they rolled into the ink onto the paper for local shoe factories, sweating away in a little shed. Family law says you could smell the ink before you even saw them coming. Of course, there was one small problem. Paper was rationed, but Ray knew a man who knew a man, and sometimes there were always a few extra sheets that found their way into the shed. Some called it resourceful, others called it dodgy. Either way, keep the press rolling and the hustle paid off. That's how the Willday story began, in a shed, with bikes, with ink on their hands, and with a family character stitched into every page. Back in the early days, printing wasn't quick or easy. Getting colours to line up on letterpress could take an hour, and a lot of swearing. But Alfred and Ray weren't the type of people to waste around and sit around. So in true Willday fashion, they rolled up their sleeves, scratched their heads, and decided to invent something better. With Alfred's vast knowledge in printing and Ray's insane carpentry skills, they both could master up a pretty decent innovation. Their solution, of course, the Willday Colour Form Register. A clever little device that registers CMYK, which to the non-printing folk here is cyan, magenta, yellow and black, which cuts colour printing jobs from an hour down to about 10 minutes. 10 minutes! That's crazy! Suddenly, what used to drive printers mad became quick, neat and also almost enjoyable. Word spread, not just in Leicester and not just the UK, but across the world. Orders came in from as far as Australia, New Zealand and America. Imagine that, 2 blokes from a shed in Leicester selling their invention worldwide. And with the pennies they made from this stroke of genius, they were able to buy their very first letterpress printing machine. A machine that would turn that little shed into a proper business and start the legacy we're still running today. From the shed in Aunt Maud's garden, the business moved to the Haynes building on Duns Lane. A proper setup. Bricks, mortar and even a front door that didn't creak. The builders put together then, in the future, Unit 1, and with it the start of the new chapter. Of course, the taxman showed up pretty quickly and took one look at Alfred Willday's books and said they were, let's say, less than neat. That was enough for Ray to take charge of the paperwork from there on. After 10 years, Alfred stepped away, helped along by 1 or 2 many sherbets, and Ray took over, running the business for the next 30 years, and he did it in his way. Ray was a man of routine, First in every morning, lighting a log burner to warm the place up, and then cutting all the paper for the day. And then, when it's say cutting, we meant the lethal swinging ball guillotine that could have taken your blooming head off. Health and safety? Well, not in them days. And then there were the lunch breaks. They ran by Ray. Lunch was like 1 hour, 30 minutes, sometimes 2. And if ever the roast was that day was particularly good, Ray would head home, enjoy his hot lunch, and have a quick kip before strolling back to work. Ray loved his team, always with his Marvel milk, a detail no one has forgotten. Well, even taught printing in the evenings at Leicester College, passing on the craft to the next generation. Printing back then was a true skill. Hours of setting up types by hand, lining up the lead spaces and collating pages, stapling booklets by hand. What takes 15 minutes now could have then taken like 3 weeks in Ray's time. The clients were loyal. Solicitors, hosiery companies, shoe manufacturers, big names like Roseley and Freya Bar School and less solicitors. And all that produced with precision, passion and no compromise attitude. Communication, though, wasn't Ray's strong point, but quality was. He didn't leave until the job was absolutely perfect. Ray officially retired at 50, but somehow he didn't leave until he was 70. Even Sheila, Ray's wife, Grandma, what an absolute wonderful lady, from time to time was pulled in to help the print finishing. Everything was still recorded by hand in ledgers, often hidden from Marie, Mum, who did the accounts. Ray was proud to be a printer, but also proud of his days as a carpenter and a store manager in the RAF. He carried out the same pride into every page of print he ever touched. Ray's era was one of graft, precision and discipline, but also plenty of character, and it cemented the foundations that Willday still stands on today.
When Ray finally steps aside, it was Peter's turn to carry on the torch, and in true Willday style, Pete didn't take things slow. He charged headfirst into the world of lithographic printing and spent what can only be described as a small fortune on a shiny new Sakurai 2-colour litho press.
We did it in the factory the other day and there's loads of background noise there, so
It's just where it's quiet.
yeah, this will be fine.
Let's kickstart it! Here we go! So Dad, what made you go for the Sakurai?
We did it for the customer at BSS.
Yeah.
So it was the build quality and the quality of the print. It gave us that option of a lot of 2-colour work that we did,
Yeah.
but also we could do 4-colour work by 2 passes.
When I remember going, the Sakurai used to break down all the time.
That is a point.
Yeah!
Oh,
Because you
worry
were.
me now.
What happened when it broke down? Didn't you have to get a helicopter in to fix it, or I don't know, what happened there?
It's a different machine, Thomas. It's not casual, they didn't fly people in. The guy said, oh well, I'll come out for the day, I need to find an airport to land in. So luckily I rang up Everard's and they had a helipad, and then I had to go and fetch him from the pub.
Oh, the popcorn Playboy!
Yeah.
You were part of the land of the Haynes Watt building, and then you rebuilt Unit 1, Duns Lane, and that's still home of the Willday story. How big of a gamble? How did that happen?
Britannia Land wanted to buy all the land.
Yeah.
We were the only place left, so they had to get rid of us.
Yeah.
So the only reason we said we'd move was give us a new factory. But in the meantime, they got people in and tried to smash the place up, and they tried to force us out.
Did they?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Oh yeah!
And we held steadfast. I remember one time, my dad was on holiday. He rang me and said, oh, you've got like people trying to smash through the windows. Bombed down to the factory, and lo and behold, as soon as we got there, they ran off. They're doing a lot of damage, so I had to rebuild the windows so that they actually get back in again. Yeah, so anyway, at the end it all came good, and we moved into Unit 1, Duns Lane, that Ebba's now taken over and kicked it out.
Yeah, it does it. It does. I remember, not just me when I was younger, like you never said no, you were working weekends, you were working evenings. Leicester was so crammed with printers. Grafting was like the only way to survive. Always remember as well, everyone used to call you Busy Pete.
Yeah. Well, people will perhaps remember me, especially Kevin at the council.
Yeah.
That on my recording for my answer phone, it was, hi, Busy Pete. If you'd like to leave a message after the tone, I'll get right back to you.
Beep.
So, yeah, busy. I was always busy.
Yeah.
We were never quiet at work, really. We were always busy. And if we did get quiet, then I'd go out, get my suit on and cold call.
Knock on doors.
Give us a job.
A bit of child, the Willday child.
Well, yeah, of course. I was young and good looking then.
Ah! How did you get work then as well, like for the bigger customers? How did that work? Because obviously there's no emails, there was phones. It's not like back in the day, but...
The funny thing, we had faxes, so people used to send you jobs on the fax.
Yeah.
First sort of digital imaging by a phone. A lot of the jobs we had mainly through Rowsley's and the Wolsey, and they were just wanted the work quick, and we were good at getting work out quick.
I remember you telling me stories about how you used to go to the council and look at jobs on the table and quote.
Yeah, years ago, before Kevin,
yeah,
where they used to put in the office lots of different jobs that I wanted printing. Different printers went down, you just looked at the job that you thought you were able to do, and you would quote on it, and you, within the next couple of days, you'd find out whether you got the job or not. Sometimes we didn't, and sometimes we did.
Oh shit, this is a big job. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, right, okay, so this is an experiment and tech section.
Tech section, what does that mean?
Tech, you know.
Oh, I thought you were going to text me or something.
Oh. So this was the experimental era, this is what I'm calling your era. Plate exposures to red lit room, dark rooms. You had like the original Apple Mac and you were trying to shove anything possible into the Oki digital printer. What was your first like big transition? Because I know Grandad was like hardcore, writing with now ledgers.
I've still got his typewriting.
We need that.
It's an antique, and it's the original one because I remember when he did his invoices, you had to whack the keys to actually get them to go through to the paper. And when the keys hit the paper, they used to vibrate, so you got like a blurred image. And I'm sure, going back to Kevin at the council.
Oh, Kevin!
But when he used to have the actual list of all the jobs we'd done, I mean, he must have just laughed.
Sorry, Kevin. I'm doing this on behalf of the family.
Sorry. Yeah, my dad also used to Tipex everything out and then go over.
Mum's in the background just giving us a bit of
a
one-liners.
I was there, I was there.
But then,
the real grafter.
We got our first little computer, and then from there we bought the Apple Macs, which we had the first sort of Apple Macs that came out.
Did you keep that as well?
No, I've got that. No. No.
Screwed up there,
I wish I had it on. Then we had those funny colour ones with the big domes.
Oh, they were nice.
Yeah, they were quite pretty. They.
Like Art Deco, right?
Yeah.
Did you have neon blue ones?
Neon blue ones, yeah.
Remember that. How difficult was taking it from Grandad's typesetter to a computer?
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Because he was a bit stuck in his mud.
Oh, I know the feeling!
I know. And the good thing was that Marie, that was my wife, by the way, she came in and taken over a lot of the book work, and my dad wasn't too keen, but it's mine, it's not yours, it's mine. So it was a bit of a push and pull thing with Marie, but I think she won in the end. He used to hide the books.
How bad was it, Mum?
So bad. He'd sit on them, literally sit on the books.
Would it?
Yeah.
Truck puller and keep them warm for you.
Oh, thank you.
Dad caught the entrepreneurial itch, as the Willdays do, and started Innerbox with his good friend Gary, who's in the audience crowd.
Hi, Gary.
Long hours, mad deadlines, and even 2 speeding tickets in one day.
Yeah.
So how did Innerbox come about?
We're looking at diversifying the business, and I started it up at home. Marie and some friends, we used to work in the conservatory at home, didn't we?
Yeah.
Boxing. Then it sort of started to grow a bit. It does. I can't do all this on my own. Gary came into the business with me. And to be fair to Gary, I think he perhaps did more than I did, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I got the business in, and Gary processed it, if you know what I mean. But he was Gary was great. He couldn't have asked for a better partner, really, because we never had an argument or anything over the 10 years.
Yeah.
He hates me now, obviously, because I must have robbed him out of more than half, because he knows I like a good deal.
Gary was after that.
We did a good 10 years of business, but it fizzled out.
All I remember from Innerbox days was the free makeup samples. Yeah, the free makeup samples, and I used to nip loads and take them to school.
I know, and take them to school and sell them, which you shouldn't have really done that, should you?
What?
Hey?
I had to get some way to the girls to like me.
Yeah. You need a lot more makeup than that, then, wouldn't you?
The Kidworth Chronicle.
Oh yeah, the Kidworth.
For us was is one of the most important clients we've had for a long time, long-standing.
They've always been loyal.
Yeah.
Always been lovely people. That sort of work that came in on a regular basis was something we could rely on and say, look, at least we've got the Kidworth that's coming in.
My biggest memory of the Chronicle, if you want to talk about this, it's up to you, is the story behind the French lady.
Oh, you can't say that.
Of course you can! Go on.
We had a...
This is juicy, real juicy.
We had a guy that at work, he was jealous of not being able to work on the computer. One day, or dinner time, he went up on the computer and altered words within the Kidworth. And it was said about a lady went over to France and she was working on a... It was a bit more than that, but I won't go any further. We actually printed the edition and it was sent out. I mean, we were just gobsmacked because obviously people were ringing in saying, what about this lady? And they were so annoyed about it. And I had to humbly apologise, say so sorry and all this thing. And then what I did at work, I got everybody and lined them up and said, look, I need to shoot at least one of you. And the guy that did it came forward and said, look, I did it and it's my fault. And I meant to stop it before I printed it.
I'm alive. Hey, we're back in the ring with Pete Willday. Here we go. So this part is like pretty, I don't know, gobsmacking, but quite funny at the same time. I think everyone has near misses and big opportunities. So Dad built the trust with hospitals, police and the councils, but we also turned down some pretty hefty investment advice or opportunities and with two really tiny companies. So I was about to say the word then, but do you fancy elaborating on what happened?
What, with Nintendo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh dear. We first did the printing for Nintendo when it first came to the UK. We did all the boxes and the Nintendo signs and Mario stuff. And the guy that ran it, who came over from America, the entrepreneur that started Nintendo, he said to me, only in a brief meeting, that I should invest into Nintendo as it's going to be the future of gaming.
What, you spoke to the...
Yeah, the guy that came over from America, yeah.
What?
So, yeah. So, I thought, yeah, of course it is, yeah. I thought, what a load of rubbish, this bloke running around, bashing, bonking obstacles and stuff, that's rubbish. So, I didn't bother buying any shares, and I wish I'd have done now, so I could have been a millionaire.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, and then at one time, I got... Apple rang me up and said if I'd like to buy shares in Apple when it first started up, and I'd never heard of Apple before because obviously we did with them in the future, but I declined that as well, and I could have been a double millionaire.
Not a billion.
Yeah, I'd have been billionaire.
Yeah, but now you're billionaire, mates. Hey!
Yeah.
So me and Edward grew up right in the factory. I think I was 6 weeks old, plating on the table, causing chaos from the start. And I say chaos because I want to talk about my brother here. He was the chaos.
He was.
Go on, look, I know you want to talk about bananas and kegging. Go for it.
My son Edward came and did his work experience at work, and it was like a nightmare on Elm Street. He used to wind the guys up to a point where they'd just be blown away. And one day one of the guys had shorts on and was on the guillotine, and on the guillotine you have to press two buttons at the same time as a safety. And as the guy pressed the buttons and the guillotine blade came down, Edward came behind him and kegged him. So pulled his pantaloons down.
Pantaloons?
But he never had no pants on. And then he started running after Edward around the factory and outside, trying to pull his pants up at the same time.
No, he come running up to me.
Did he?
And Mick realised and he stopped in his tracks.
Yeah. Because his mummy would have given him a slap.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, good job he didn't keep his thing away from the guillotine. Yeah. Chop that off, did he?
As well.
And then everybody used to flick laggy bands at everybody. He's going to the machines.
In the machine. Oh, I had to kick him out. Yeah.
That's Edward's life.
He's not normal.
And then did he? What was the one with the banana? I can't remember the full story.
No,
Right.
I remember. It hit Mick in the face.
Yeah. Workplace bullying.
The whole week of Edward antagonising this guy. No, he just flipped in the end.
Dad modernised the business in every single aspect. Safer cutters, like the guillotine, the digital printing, new clients, different direction, new ways of working, and he carried Willdays into a massive new era. Grandad kept it. He was old school, traditional, and I think him inventing the colourform register, he didn't want to really change it, did he? You brought everything into the new era, and that's
he lived in very much in the past.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't want to change anything.
What's your kind of proudest moment of Willdays? Have you got any you can remember?
Leaving.
Signing his
retiring, it were great.
Linking his eBay account with our address. That's the best one. Oh, hey up! He's a real worker. Oh, cheers, Mum. Oh, look at this. What about Dad's?
Oh, thank you, dear. That's
What's your proudest moment?
Marry my wife.
Oh, very good, Mum. Very good, very good. If you could give one piece of advice to the future of Willdays, any advice you could give to me or and to everyone in the team?
Don't be greedy and look after your customers.
Yeah.
And they'll look after you.
Yeah.
That's all I can really tell you.
Oh, yeah. There's just so many we could fit in.
Oh yeah.
So many stories, but I just wanted to say thank you because everything we are today is all down to you, and the hard work. And to Mum. Oh, sorry, Mum.
And me.
Yeah. And to Mum. I think that the kind of core business, that what you've taught us all. How you still involved with the business, Triple M? Mum, she's filled the cups up on purpose.
I missed my mouth then.
That
can't be possible, can it?
We're all dribblers. But yeah, honestly, just thank you in every way. The business will be here without you, definitely. And from the sacrifice you guys did, you and Mum did at the start of the business to do everything, it's been incredible. Yeah, thank you.
And I'd just like to say that me and Tom's mum are very proud of Tom, what he's achieved and taken over the business, and he's just made such a fantastic job of it, and by creating his Willday business, same as what I did with Innerbox. It's been a great, and I hope it's a big adventure for him and his family for in the future.
This is your time, this is not my time, don't worry about me.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, I've got to read. So that's
wind that back and cut.
Yeah, this is the story of Dad, Pete Willday's era, courage, innovation, and a few eye-raising moments along the way. Dad, thanks for sharing these memories. Shame we aren't billionaires because of Nintendo and Apple. Mum, you should have, give us some advice on that. And providing all the Willdays, print isn't just ink on paper; it's all in our blood. Okay, starting in 2010, snow was falling in Leicester and it was my first day at Willday Printers. Dressed in a suit 2 sizes too big, Pete, my dad, dropped me off at Meridian Business Park with one mission, to find new clients. Dad, of course, drove off and left me there for the whole day, absolutely freezing. I gave him a call later on and he returned. I was absolutely drenched, frozen with loads of new clients, in fact, absolutely zero. And what was Dad's response? This is how hard print is, my boy. So welcome to the family business. From that heroic start, I was promoted to T-boy, but slowly found my rhythm, fixing machines, running jobs, and realising that the Willday knack for print was in my veins. Eventually, I asked Dad to step aside. Semi-retire, probably easier said than done. Dad doesn't like change whatsoever, and to be fair, he's still hanging around the factory even now, helping out with maintenance and absolutely everything. But over time, I managed to curve a bit of space. With Dad as a mentor, a sparring partner, and an occasional argy-bargy, we both clashed and bonded all at the same time, all in the name of keeping Willday Printers alive. I knew the industry was changing really fast, and Willdays had to change with it. Out came the computers, the faster litho, plate processors, and if it bleeped, flashed, or whirled, I wanted it in the factory. If there's a corner, a gap, another press will definitely appear. eBay is my best mate. The best squeeze came with the Heidelberg 5-colour printing press, this bad boy behind me. Imagine trying to fit a Hot Wheels car into a matchstick box. That's basically what we did, but somehow it worked. The beast of a machine secured us huge print jobs, especially working with the NHS through the friends at Cubiquity, and Leicester City Council, who we think the world of. Then came COVID, the dreaded vid. Whilst most people stayed at home, Willday printers were key workers. The team worked for 24-hour shifts, printing floor stickers and posters for the council, and at one point I even considered putting camping beds in the factory. But it kept the business alive where many others didn't make it. But for me, the madness wasn't just thinking about print. After a couple of shots of ink-fueled madness, I was ready to take Willdays into a whole new, batshit bonkers direction. Woo! Well, what's next for Willdays? Well, we've just banked a serious chunk of investment into some very shiny toys, and we're buzzing about it. First up, the Xerox Iridesce. This absolute beast doesn't just print with an insane quality and warp speed efficiency, it also prints silver, gold, white and clear ink. Yep, as a digital press, absolutely mad. And because Tony has been on my case also, we've added a Horizon Stitch Shiner, which has upped our finishing game by ridiculously 300%. That means faster turnarounds, sharper finishes and even smoother production.
It all kicked off on a drunken night out with Alex Hughes. Somewhere between pints and poor decisions, Alex handed me a business card made of seeds. Bonkers, right? But it wasn't until an afternoon gardening with my grandpa that the light bulb pinged. I hopped onto Google, plantable children's book, nothing out there whatsoever. Fast forward 5 years and a few roly-polies later, yes, literally, that's how I met Gina in Terrace doing a roly-poly. Oi, oi, Gina! The journey began for real. Gina's been my rock ever since. Every wobble, she's been there to keep me upright and winning. It was Gina who finally said, when are you going to do this blooming book? And so that was it. Willso was properly born. After scribbling down dozens of dodgy names, we landed on Willso. I pulled in the dream team, Tom Ward as a mega illustrator, Tom Lyons as a mega storyteller. The reaction from the Willday print team, are you mad? Are you off your rocker? Poor Gaz and poor Nick and their families nearly lost the will to live after hundreds of failed attempts, but eventually we cracked it. We also launched with the books and straight away picked up the Leicester Innovation Award and a spot on Radio Leicester. Then straight into the Selfridges, Kidley, local gift shops, garden centres, and then one day my mum answered the phone. Tom, the BBC's wanting to talk to you. It was blooming Dragon's Den! With less than 2 months' notice, James, my then business partner, and I walked in determined to leave with Sarah Davies after 90 minutes of grilling. And that's exactly what happened. We pied off Deborah, pied off Peter, and shook Sarah's hand. And we walked out absolutely buzzing. Since then, we've gone to create a bunch of new products that inspire kids and big kids, just like me. And trust me, the story's only just getting started.
Hi everyone, it's Sarah Davies here, hopefully everyone's favourite dragon. I want to say a huge happy 80th birthday to Willday. I am so gutted that I couldn't be there with you in person, but what an amazing milestone and legacy, and I hope you're all in the mood to celebrate and that you all have a phenomenal evening. Now, when I think about Tom and Willso, I think about innovation, sustainability and storytelling all coming together in the most magical way. From that first moment that Tom and James walked into the den, I knew that they were bringing us something really unique and that I was desperate to work with them. And I was right, because working with Tom and the team has been an absolute pleasure and a privilege. They are so full of passion about creativity and they genuinely care about what they do, which makes my job so much easier. Now, looking ahead, I am so excited for Willso's future. There is massive potential to reach more families, more kids, more eco-conscious customers all around the world. And if anyone can do it, these guys can. And I've been asked to sign off with my one bit of advice for small businesses, which is to back yourself. If you believe in your idea, then others will too. And don't be afraid to lean on the people who can help you grow. Pun massively intended there. So here's to 80 more years of Willday and to many, many more years of Willso too.
Hold on to your hats. We're going to be licensing with London Zoo. We're diving headfirst into the herbivore world. Yep, animal poo. We're turning zoo poo into paper, and that paper into products alike. So a children's book about poo, made from poo. What kid's not gonna love that? And a poozle, a family puzzle made entirely from, you guessed it, poo. Plus, a big push on merchandise, retail expansion and international rollouts. This Willday world is about to bloom and maybe smell a little wild.
So what's C-Print? Well, think of it as a white label kingpin of a C-Paper world. The underground crew of making plantable print possible for businesses everywhere. It all started as a half-mad idea to give the world a damn good business. But with my hair falling out faster than deadlines, I needed some serious backup. Enter two gangsters, Alex Hughes and Ben Herbert. The ride or die crew that turned C-Print from just another idea into a full-blown movement. No more boring throwaway leaflets, menus or name badges. Everything we create is designed to grow and to show off. We launched one hell of a website. We're now pumping out products left, right and centre. Funeral order services, even name badges, wristbands, invites, leaflets, you name it, we seed it. If it can be printed, we'll make it sprout. And then comes Gary, the paper mill wizard. Yes, you heard it, the paper mill. Say what? Together, C-Print and the paper mill are rewriting history, reviving an industry that hasn't seen a new mill in 75 plus years, making pulp and seed paper like no one else. Old school heritage meets new school bonkersness.
So this machine here is what's called a Hollander beater, and we will put our pulped waste paper into the Hollander beater to cut the fibre length down and brush the fibre length back out again to make the fibre stronger and more homogeneous so they will stick together better when we start to form our sheets of paper in the hand vat over there. So what I will do is bucket our pulped waste paper into the beater, and it will go round and round in this channel here. So it comes round here, and then underneath this guard is a rather large wooden roll with metal blades on it. So it has a series of metal blades all the way around the roll, and underneath that roll is another bed plate also with metal knives on it. So what happens when the fibre is going round, I drop the roll onto the bed plate blades, and that will cut the fibres down and brush the fibre length out to make the fibre stronger and more homogeneous for our paper making process.
C-Print isn't just a print company, it's a revolution. We're changing the way we do business in markets, the people we celebrate and the way print gives back to the planet. And trust me, again, this is just a start.
Dried, so the final part of what we'll do with these before these are packed and sent out will be to guillotine down to an exact SRA2 size sheet. Finest sea paper.
Over at C-Print, next week marks the arrival of our newest pride and joy, a brand new sea paper production machine. This green machine can produce around 1,000 sheets of sea paper a day. But even bigger than this, we're working towards being the first seed paper mill in the world to be FSC accredited.
Yeah, get ready where you want, ready on.
Hiya, I'm Shelley and I decided to write a poem for Tom. My name is Shell, and working here has just been a pleasure. I count the beans and I am work mum, or fun sapping nag called by some. Tom is crazy, fun and insane, has many ideas, mad and strange. Car's made of grass and from an elephant's ass. What she can grow, how could you know? Willday, still a family business, 80 years on, 4 generations, and now it's all up to Tom. Pete and Marie are always there. With Tom in charge, they must be proud. to offer support wherever it's needed, in everything business and everything seeded. The gang at Willday are crazy but kind, a better bunch you'd struggle to find. So here's to the next 80 years of Willday. Who knows where it'll go and how it will play? Could it be Olive, Cassidy, Huxley or Chase? And maybe the first book printed in space?
Stressful as it is, I love work. Think of anywhere else.